Welcome to Diary of an Unemployed Actor with me, Milo Dennison. Each week I speak with up-and-coming actors, actresses, and filmmakers about the entertainment industry. We discuss success, failure, and share a few tips to inspire those of you who have a passion for the creative arts. Today I will be speaking with Kahmal Sealey. He is a super enthusiastic actor, and he has a nice list of credits to his name, including film, television, and commercials. And it was just really wonderful to talk to him because of that passion that he has for this profession. And it'll definitely come through in the recording that you'll be listening to here. We talk about kind of a little bit of how now in this age of social media, we need to be aware of what we're putting online, especially as actors. I'm assuming you've probably heard of situations where somebody said something back in the 80s that's now considered offensive, and they get trashed for it in some interview, or somebody posted it on Twitter 10 years ago, something that was offensive, not offensive then, but it's offensive now. And you really need to think about that stuff as how you're presenting yourself online, and not just that, in how you're the roles that you're choosing and the stuff that you decided to do. He just has a lot of good advice for people that are looking to get into acting and making a career out of this field. We talk about auditioning, a lot of stuff about auditioning that's, I think, super helpful to anyone listening that wants to get into the profession as well. So I'm not going to babble on in this intro. I think you'll really enjoy listening to this one. Kahmal was, like I said, super fun to talk to. So sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy. So how's it going? Were you working today?
Yes. So I literally had a shoot. I had an audition, and I had a shoot for like some comedy. That's okay. Sorry. Some comedy sketches. So it was good. It was good. It was very, very good. You?
Yeah. Well, I had a self tape to do. It was funny actually because I got the self tape request, and I was going over it, and I was going to do it after because we were initially going to talk it to, and then when you messaged me, I'm like, sweet, I can get this done now. Because it was a pretty easy one. I didn't have 2 pages to memorize. It was only a couple lines, and then they just wanted me to do some action moves or something, and I'm like, all right, that's easy enough.
Oh, I'm so interested to hear it. Other it's obviously you exist in your own head, but to know that other actors get things and they have to do it on a short scale, it's almost easy to forget that you're not just the only actor in the world. There's other actors doing this. Like sometimes when I get things and it has to be done on a short scale, I'm like, who do they think I am? How can I turn this around in 10 minutes? But no, this is the industry we live in. But yeah, congratulations for getting that, man. That's dope, especially in this time. With this industry, I've now, and we can talk about it in a second, I didn't audition prestige regular role. You just never know. The only thing, and for everybody who's listening, anybody watching, the only thing you can be responsible for is you and your own input. And this is coming from someone who is the hardest person on himself ever. I know people are hard on themselves. So I'm not saying you can't do it. You can do it, but only result in pain. I'm learning myself now. When you do an audition, you've done it and it's done. And it sounds so rudimentary, but everybody sits there, and even if you put a split second thought on, we're like, no, forget it. I've done the audition. It's done. Back with my life. Because if you're thinking anything other than that, it will drive you crazy. But anyway.
Oh no, it's so true. Absolutely. Even if it's an in-person audition and you walk out of the room and you're like, man, I should have done this better. I should have done that better. And it doesn't matter. You're not in the room anymore. You got to move on.
Everything happens for a reason. That's my North Star. Everything happens for a reason. And sometimes it's just not your time. It's just not your time. And this industry, for an example, right? I did a commercial for Axe body spray at the beginning of this year, and there was 4 commercials, four 30-second ones and one 1 minute one. And I got really close to the director, and I was talking to him, and all the English people got flown out to Poland, and they got the 3 mini ones, but the one main got the boy from Poland. So I made a joke with the director, and I was like, oh, did the English boys not bring it? Did you have to get, were we so bad you had to go to a different country to get that talent? He literally said to me, so I'll never forget, he said, the reason why we needed him as opposed to an English person isn't to do with acting, and we need him therefore to be racially ambiguous, and no one in England was racially ambiguous. So I'm just saying that because logically and emotionally we get told things as actors all the time, like walk out the audition, don't think about it, yada yada, as long as you do your best shot. But again, anyone who's listening, I'm here to tell you, like, you can't go into a room and say, I'm gonna smash this, unless they want to put it in the Latin American market, and then like you just have to put it on the table and let it go. Please, people, put it on the table and let it go, because if not, you'll be like me and you'll be there every day waiting by the phone, and that's not healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, like, you could go in and nail it and still not get it because maybe somebody more famous came in, or maybe you just don't have the right look in some way, or the wrong color hair, or, just some insignificant little thing. Or, they told you to read it one way, and then, 3 guys later comes in and they're like, you know what, let's have this next guy read it this way, and be like, oh yeah, I like the way he did it, even though,
Like,
they never told you to do that,
Picture this. Yeah. Picture this. Netflix audition. First of its kind. I'm talking about me, by the way, guys.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah.
I figured.
First of its kind, yeah. For a musical performance in Eurovision. Did I sign NDAs for these? Wait, if not, we're going to find out. Had to go there. I rehearsed with my own mic, pulled up to the room. It was Nina Gold. I've never been there before, but Nina Gold. Here's a mic. Don't worry about it. Pulled it my own mic. Yeah. Sung that. I smashed it. They said in the casting they want someone that looks like John Ludwig, like a Eurovision contestant.
Okay.
Did it, smashed it, waited by the phone, didn't get it, whatever. Watched the movie, they got John Ludwig. So exactly what you said, bro. Like, sometimes it's not even to do with that. Sometimes in there, because every director's got an idea of who they want. When you first start out, you're just the unknown version of that person. It's like, I want Will Smith. Let's get an unknown Will Smith. Like, sometimes they just get Will Smith. You can't do that. Like,
what was that audition like? Are you talking about Eurovision, that Will Ferrell movie? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So
the movie. Yeah.
I get majority commercial casting, and commercial castings, you can sometimes fall into the thinking like it's a herd mentality, like we're cattle, and we're going there. And I've been in situations where the director is like, you don't even like us. Do you even like me? Like, do you even like you'll be on your phone, or you'll be eating chips, and I'll be like, damn, like, you really don't want me here, but they do want you there. So when it comes to commercial castings, different. But the Netflix one was fairly standard in the sense that it was the assistants that auditioned you, and they were cool. The ITV one, for the series regular, I can't even say what it is, and I'm so, like, I promise you, I'm the least likely to keep secrets, but ITV one, they were the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Like, it was a series regular of a big ITV show. If you're smart, you can do the maths. In Leeds. And I think you find that the higher you get, the more chill it is. Like, literally, when you pulled up there, they rehearse lines. So you get there and the director was like, do you want to run some lines? I was like, nah. Or on camera? He's like, no, it's on lines. So he ran dry lines with me and the other actress. And then we jumped on camera and did a camera rehearsal twice. And then we filmed twice. So it's like interesting how, bro, it's interesting because I would have never expected that. But obviously, because it's a series regular role, it's just a different level of investment. I mean, they paid for my travel down there. They did all this for me. So it's like, no, that if you're the one, you're part of the new family. So they really want you to succeed. So it is different. But I've heard stories, bro, where my friend was the opposite against Penelope Cruz. He was in the room and he was talking to some girl on his right. She basically turned around and was like, oh, how are you? He's like, yeah, what role are you reading for? She said, I'm not reading for anything. It turns out that she was with a big boy agent. The director of the thing, when I say like big boy agent, I mean in the room was Lupita Nyong'o, Penelope Cruz, like tons of big boy hitters.
Yeah.
And she basically said, I'm not here for a role. The director called her agent and was like, look, we haven't got a role for Lucy. We just need her in the room because all the people who are people in this industry are going to be there. We'll pay you £400. Just come there just to sit down and be a part of this. So that's the level. Like, you're dealing with Mandy Star now, Spotlight, and then you're dealing with big boy agents, and then you're dealing with that. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah.
Major
it's crazy.
Are those auditions different from, because I noticed you've done a lot of commercial work and stuff. Are the commercial auditions, because my experience with commercial auditions, they definitely feel like cattle calls of like, let's just line you up kind of a thing. Is that kind of, you get that as well?
So I've mostly online. So mostly online is, so it's cheap for me because I used to do social media.
Hmm.
So my turnaround on getting videos in for self tapes is very quickly. Like with online, it's self tapes. With commercials, it's in person.
Hmm.
So with online, it's very easy. I can smash out self tape. Like I basically just make mini commercials. If I know what the commercial is going to look like, I'll just make it. Um, with the commercial editions, yes. Like
So
for
sorry.
me and
So
my agent,
if you're doing a self tape for a commercial, you try to make it look like the commercial. Is that what you're saying?
basically.
Yeah.
So like I can't even show an example, but like there was a commercial for what's it for? I think Mini. Um, and they showed an example of what they wanted to look like. So I just filmed it. I just edited it because that, like, to someone else, it's like, oh my god, that's amazing. And I was like, thanks, but it was just like two edits side by side and a little effect I just did on it. Like, but I can understand why it would be like, because obviously we're not supposed to be able to do that. Like, we should just go sing and dance like Dance of Monkeys and then leave the room. But with commercials, no, I completely agree with you. It is a level of cattle call. And this is why I've probably been there. Everyone's probably been there. I stopped wanting to do them. I just don't find the love in it. And I remember when I first started the industry, my boy Joshua Glenister, he's doing big things now. Like, he's smashing it. He was the lead for O2 in a continual story arc for his character Luca. And every 3 months he'd get flown over to Italy and get paid £5,000. And he was complaining about it. And I was like, how dare you? Because obviously I was new and I was like, I'm going to get rich off commercials. I was like, how dare you complain about that? Do you not understand the blessing you've been given? And he's like, no, okay, I understand that, but I don't like going to commercials. Commercials aren't what I want to be. I want to be an actor. And I was like, no, but you can do this and you can get the money. And he's like, no, I understand, UK, but I want to be an actor. And I didn't hear him because I was still in a young boy mindset. But as I've grown older in this industry, there is like commercials are beautiful and they're fun and you meet people and everyone's on a good vibe, but it's not acting. Like you literally do commercials are luck. Like there's no skill that goes into commercials. Like it's looks and it's luck. Like
Yeah.
of course, if you go in and forget your frigging name, then maybe. But commercials are not what we aspire to do as storytellers. And if you're not careful, the mistake I made is that I kept on doing some stuff and get blacklisted. I know people like the Sillet Bang guy, because he blew up on commercials and became a residual Sillet Bang person. He couldn't even get acting work because his
Mm.
name was like it shatters the illusion of cinema. Like if you go in the room, I mean, I don't know about you, but Lion King, the live action, when Beyonce was voicing Nala, I can't get into this. Like I know that's Beyonce knows. Every time you open her mouth, like I'm like, that's Beyonce. Like I was completely out at the moment. But yeah, no. So, but we think that's bad, bro. Like I've got friends that are models, actors. In my head, the level of difficulty in this in entertainment would probably be models, singers, actors and then dancers, only because models, at least if we as actors, we go in the room, we get the ability to make it work. We get the ability to say, how high are you? Models don't even get that. They go in the room and you walk and you walk and you leave. Like, don't talk. Like, singers, it's different because actors, you can't compare an actor to an actor objectively because it's subjective and it's someone's own choice. But
Mm.
with a singer, you need to hit the high C. If you hit the high C to 100%, and they hit it to 85%, you get the part. There's
Yeah.
no sense of, oh, but she's pretty. No, you hit the high C. Acting is a beautiful thing and it's difficult, but at least we get the opportunity to imbue the role with our personality. Whereas modeling, they don't care. Like if you walk and you stutter or you drop on a hill, next. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Do you have the look? Yes, no, period. That is it.
Yep. That's me. Oh, you can't hear because it's a podcast. This is me shaking and put my hands in the air. Yeah, I agree.
For anyone listening, what he's doing, he's putting his hand in the air.
Come on, waves and smiles in agreement. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So you're not doing any commercial work anymore, or will you still do it if you get like an offer?
I've got an audition tomorrow for a commercial because even though I'm like, I'm not in it anymore. I'm too good for this. I'm like, okay, maybe I will do
Nice
it.
to get to that point in life.
But that's the thing, like, I'm now seeing it. I flipped the switch. I'm going to a free acting class. I'm going to do what I want. And this is what I went to audition for the ITV thing. I was like, I'm just showing you my rendition.
Yeah.
You can't judge me on anything because it's my take. This is my character. This is technically I cheat. I know what they expect and I try to subvert that expectation, which is what you shouldn't do. But it is what it is. It's a dangerous road.
Yeah.
But I will go to them, but I just see it as a free acting class or an ability to just do like just have fun. Like this is a comedic role for the face of a brand, and it's like improv. So for me, like you're either gonna like me or not. There's like I'm gonna go in there. They said someone with nice teeth. Audio description. Kahmal smiles the camera. Does he have nice teeth? The audience thinks. Yes, he does. Anyway, so for commercials, it's just having fun, man. Like, and if you get it, you get it. And it's the whirlwind of, I got it, I'm going to get paid 5K. Let's get Uber here. Get flown out to Berlin. But then it's over and then you forget about it. And then it airs or it doesn't air. And then you get back to life. Like, you spend the money. It's all gone. It's finished. Like it's not. So I will go, but I'm not happy if I get a commercial audition per se. It's not like, oh my God, thank you so much. So I appreciate it. But like, when I got the first Netflix thing, that was amazing. Like that was wow. That to me is what it means to be an actor, because it has to make sense, right? We as actors, we want to be actors. And shout out to all my people out there hustling and working 9-to-5 jobs and do whatever you need to make it pop. I live with my nan, so I've got no responsibilities. I can just make money and do what I want. But it's crazy because some people don't have that. So for me, as long as I'm making enough money I would in a 9-to-5, it makes sense to me. So for now, I got in a situation where I was like, okay, I'm doing commercials. I'm basically a video model. I'm not really an actor, but whatever. Like, I'm getting paid. It doesn't really matter, whatever, the semantics. But then when I got the Netflix thing, I was like, okay, cool. So all I wanted in my head is somebody out there to be like, you know what, Kate? Your face makes sense. I'm going to give you a chance. And then didn't get it. And I got another one. I was like, okay, cool. Then I got the ITV thing. Now, I've never had a TV appearance. So for me to get a series regular role for a year, or even the opportunity to audition to a screen test, that was insane. Yeah. So now in my head, instead of getting upset about it, because I did, I'm like, okay, how many other actors have been in this position before? Like, I'm officially on the path to be an actor. Like, I have been to a screen test. Like, this is what it means. So I know sometimes people don't want to hear it, because I was like that. Some people are like, oh, but you appreciate the opportunity. Like, I'm 50-50 between, yes, I'm grateful, but at the same time, I also just want the role. Like, I don't need to have knockbacks. And it's like, no, but okay, but it's a journey. Okay, that's amazing. You enjoy your journey. I want the role. Like, but it is a level of, it's just interesting, man. This industry is such a blessing. And honestly, like, I'm just in awe of everybody who does, because we're all statistically crazy. Because to put yourself through rejection willingly and
over
smiling
and over and over again,
over and over again, looking at the mathematics, knowing that you're never going to make it. If you look at the maths, you're never going to make it. How beautiful is it that people act? Yo, I have to just give it up because we're gangster. Say, like, I'm from Tottenham, I speak different. We are all gangsters. Yeah. No one can't take that. Like, wow, actors are a true gift, man. And don't let this whole nonsense about retrain, something upset you, because
the world So you saw that. I know you, because that whole thing. So anyone listening, what they did here in the UK, or was it England, or was it just London, where I think it was England, right? And they had this, like, retrain for performers thing that they're basically what they're saying is, hey, actors, quit complaining about not being able to do theater because all the theaters are closed right now. How about you go and retrain and get yourself a real job, is basically kind of the attitude of the government in the UK right now, with complete no regard of, like, one, how much money the city of London makes from theater. I mean, how many people come here to watch theater, and the industries around that, just the restaurants, the people go to the restaurant and then they go to a show, and all the support of around, like, there's so much money in that industry for them to just be like, just go retrain, that's easy enough, right?
People like anger, and annoyance. This is how I'm smiling. I don't get angry on stupidity. Like, if someone wants to tell me the sky's green, I'm not gonna. You'll never catch me like, no, the sky's blue. No, the sky's green. No, it's blue. And forgetting that textbooks. No, you think it's green? Go ahead. You're a gangster. When I heard that, I just laughed because I have so little time for it. Like, and I don't know if you're on a group called Actors UK, yeah, but this is what we need to stop doing. Like, so we need to stop taking the bait. And it's not even taking the bait in terms of like that, in terms of someone says something and we react to it. We just need to know our own worth. And I say this for two reasons. One, do not take a job that's underpaid because you will get blacklisted from something else. And even though it's £400 in your pocket, this person's right, and they're like, yes, I make £400. When the £3,000 job comes and you get confirmed and you can't do it because you're cheaped out, you feel the pain. Yeah. We also need to stop judging ourselves based upon other people's standards, for instance, and just nod your head in your headphones or on the bus or wherever you are when I say this, yeah? Oh, person A, you says, I'm an actor. Stranger says, oh, ... Have you been in anything I've seen? Have you?
Number one question.
Number one question. Yep. Now, we as actors, because we're actors, we tell stories, we're very intuitive, we've got a high EQ, emotional intelligence. We know that that's a make or break because we're either going to say something spectacular. I was in Netflix or I was on BBC and their eyes are going to light up because in there, oh my God, this person's famous. Or we're going to say something that they're going to be like, oh, you're an actor. Oh, that's a good hobby, isn't it? That's fun. A little pat on your head. Yeah.
Good for you.
Good for you. Yeah. And this is coming from someone who was in the car with my aunt one time and she's like, oh, do you still want to be a lawyer? I was like, you know what, Auntie, I'm not even trying to do that anymore. I'm trying to be an actor. She looked at me in my face and said verbatim, oh no, what happened? Holla!
Not work out.
we gotta have to flip that back, okay? Because I'm not trying to put anybody under the bus, but I earn enough money for me to buy what I want to buy. Okay, this room, audio description. Kamal points to a lavish room. This room was courtesy of my oh no, what happened money. Okay, so us as actors, we can't take that bait. Have you been in anything I've been in? Have you been in anything I've seen? I don't know. It depends what you watch.
Yeah.
TV, not yet. Or even I can't talk about it. Yeah. Don't let them dampen your light because I've been there. We've all been there, and it's almost like your heart starts going. I haven't been in anything. What am I going to say? No, I'm not. Like I'm. Just be proud of where you are and understand that they don't understand the struggle. Like the beauty is in the struggle. Like we're in this for a reason. We're in this because we love it. Like just because we haven't been in a secular role or because we haven't had our moment doesn't mean that we're not special. Like everybody is as important as everybody else on set. Like even if you've got a one-line role, like it's a group effort. It's an ensemble.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it doesn't mean you're not a working actor, right? Because just because you're not the star in the next Marvel film doesn't mean you're not actually making a living as an actor, doing exactly role here, role there, commercial, a TV series, a stage production, it's entirely possible that you can work your entire life, make a perfectly good living as an actor, and still that person may have never seen you because, who knows?
Honestly, and the delineation between that is an actor and a movie star. That's where the mistake gets made. Mm-hmm. And off the back of that, we need to know, because it's like I get told things all the time, and it's like, when you hear something and it makes sense, but you're just not trying to hear that right now. So this whole notion of like knowing your type, like to certain people, it sounds like it's there to limit us. Like, know your type. But no, I'm versatile. I can play that drug dealer. I can play the doctor. You know what? I'll be the hit woman. I'll play a woman. Put me in a wig, yeah. But my agent told me this, and I was watching a cast director thing. I forgot who it was. It was an actor on this TV. Anyway, and she's like, the goal is to be versatile in your lifeblood and to know you can do it, but to know what the world sees you as, right? Yeah. So for instance, you're an attractive guy. It is what it is, okay? So when you are doing a showreel scene, I wouldn't expect you to, a beginner or an amateur, not an amateur because that's not what the word amateur means. An amateur isn't based upon skill level. An amateur is someone who dabbles in it for interest and not money. Yeah, that's something that people forget. If you're a pretty boy, you want to do a war film. I want to show action. I'm going to be in a war, and you run through a field dodging bullets. When if you were to bill yourself as a boy next door and have that kind of instant recognition, you'd clean up all those roles, and then you can start to work on your variety once you've made a name for yourself. And I think that's what, and I'm still learning this. There's a beauty in being versatile, but versatility isn't to show outwardly; it's to know we can do it within a tool in our belt. And I think that we just need to recognize that and hold that in high regard, as opposed to feeling that we're being boxed in a box by not being able to play every role.
Yeah.
There's no merit in that. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think that it will just make it a lot easier for all of us. Because that's what it is, do you know what I'm saying? And I understand this industry is crazy, but I just think that is something that I've come to learn. Like, I like comedy. So if it's comedy, that's not hard work to me. Like, I can just go on set and I can have a good time. Like, as a comedy actor, I can build that very quickly. I don't need to be in a dark, gritty reboot of a horror film if I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I've had that kind of debate with actors too. And, like, I might see somebody's show reel and it's like a 5 minute long, everything they've ever done. And I'm like, nobody's going to watch a 5 minute show reel. And two, you don't need to show like, well, I got to show all my range. And I'm like, you don't need to show your range. What you need to show is like what you're most likely to get cast as, and then get cast at that. And then sure, later on start looking to the, I like to use Jim Carrey as an example. I mean, he's super famous. Everybody knows him, but he was a comedian, right? He did his, funny faces and these bizarre characters. And it wasn't until he was well established in his career that he really kind of branched out into drama and that kind of stuff.
So true. And that is, you will go to an audition and do what you do, right? But you always reveal the level you're at. So even though you may want to play every role, we need to understand it's show business. Show business. There's no business like show business. That sentence has the word business in it twice. It's not, there's no show business like show, or there's no show business like the show we enjoy so much show. It says there's no business like show business. And this is what people do, and I've seen people do it, and I used to do it, especially when you send emails to like agents and stuff and like casting directors. You want to introduce yourself and tell them your whole life story. Hi, my name's Kahmal. I'm 23. Yeah. I live in London. I've done this. I've done that. They don't care. Let me tell you, kind viewer, that they want to know your name. To be honest, they don't even care about your name, yeah, because you're gonna have a character. They want to know. They want to know your playing age, where you are, where you can be, and how you're gonna make them money. Like, this is why my emails are bulletproof. Hi, my name is Kahmal. I live in London, and here's what I can offer currently. I've got relationships with XYZ casting directors. I've been cast in over 170 credits. And I've recently been in this and this and this, and got experience in this. I would love to talk to you. People don't understand here, when they pay attention. So for you to put something so little and so slim, it's going to get someone's attention. In the same way as my friend told me that the notion of 2 options for a self-tape, don't do it. And it's controversial, but some casting directors like to know that you trust your own ability. Yeah. So this is my rendition of the character. Have a look. I'm not saying do that. I don't do that. I film 100 times over, and I sit there and cry and then pray and then cry again and then pray, cry and then cry, pray all the time. I live a long, hard life of that. Cry, praying and pray, crying. But it's just don't forget it's business. Like, it's business. Like, it's business. Like, we as actors need to know the business side of it. Like, it's business. That's all. Like, it's business. Like, yes, you're a good actor, but if you're a good actor and the other good actor has got a pretty face and is the child of Jim Carrey, that actor's going to get the role because it's business. It's about bums in seats.
Sorry, do you find social media plays into that? Have you found, they want to see, like, how many social media followers you have? And it's kind of like, well, if this person has, X number of Instagram followers, I might cast them because, they'll get the word out.
See, it's funny you say that, because I used to do social media full time before that. So I can almost smile at that, because I'm like, well, if that happens, I'm still in the clear. But yes and no. When it comes to actual big budget films, no, because that social media falls into reality TV and falls into persona based and actual acting roles. They don't really care about persona and all them kind of stuff. So on the big levels, no. On the indie level, potentially, but basically I'll put it like this: no project worth your time, truly your time. When I say truly your time, yes, maybe it feel like it's your time for money or for the little stars you're gonna meet, yeah. But no project is worth your time if they focus on your social media following. They probably will pay you a lot, like whatever, but as an actor, it won't advance your career. And you're talking and saying that as someone who came into this industry to get rich and famous. Like, I'll be so honest. Like, I was like, you know what? You're a 10. Kind of you at home. Audio description. The 10 says he's a 10. I need to stop it. I was like, I'm beautiful. I'm funny. I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna get signed so fast. I'm gonna go diagonally upwards in a way that's never been done before. Like. That didn't happen. So opposite. I can't even begin to like that. That was such a. I can only look at that as a beautiful naivety to the industry. Like I really thought I was gonna come out here and just smile, and someone across the street was gonna be like, "Damn, I'm writing a movie. Do you want to start as the main character?" No, in my wildest dreams. Yeah. So I don't think that it plays into it that much. But on the opposite effect, it can damage you. Having a high following count. It can brand you in ways you don't understand because you put yourself out there in a way in your audience, and the audience will see you in a certain way. So it's not that it will do good, but it may do harm. We know, we've seen this Me Too, we've seen all these things where people, Kevin Hart, let's example, he got taken out from presenting on the what show it is now, but I think it was Scotland, because they went back through his Twitter. Like social media, you can't take back. People say it all the time, and I sound like an old person. I'm 24, but I have to say it. When it's on the internet, it's on there forever. So just watch what you're putting on the internet. Like all my stuff's on private. As soon as I got the first Netflix thing, I said, you know what? I don't know what's on these social media platforms. Like private. If you ask to check it, I'm gonna delete it. I'll say it's all gone. I'm sorry, I got hacked. Like, but no, I understand that is an issue. Some people think it's an issue, but do you know what? Talent always wins. Like. Talent always wins, and that's where you need to have an iron skin. And for me anyway, I'm like, do you know what? Like, I trust in myself. I believe in myself. If it's my time, it's my time. If it's not, it's not. Because I can't. There's too much to manage as an actor, as you know anyway. I've got 2 pages to learn. Yeah. I need to put an accent on, or do I? I need to read. That region's not giving me this. What lighting, like sound. What time's the deadline? I've got this I need to do. I've got this. I need to email this. I need to shower. I need to eat. And then you want me to think about social media? You're crazy. That will drive you insane. So yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed, I wanted to ask you about, because you've had a few agents. Do you have one agent now or multiple agents?
I got 5.
Yeah, 5. Okay. So, yeah, because when I was looking up on you, that's kind of what it looked like. There were multiple agents. I'm like, how many agents does he have? So, So you have different agents. So describe like why you have multiple agents, and like what's the advantage of saying maybe having a commercial agent versus a theater agent, or something. Explain this to me.
So I'm a big believer of specialization in your craft anyway, right? So to start off this whole thing, actually, I would love having one agent straight. When that one agent reveals themselves to me and we work together and there's a cohesion and they're getting me work, I'll go with one agent. And this is no disrespect because I love all my agents. I love Samuel. I love my agent, Samuel Shaw. Shout out to Finley Ravenhart. Shout out to Kerry Jones Management. Shout out to all of them, right? But for me, the advantage is if there's 30 days in a month and agent 1 gets me an audition every 5 days, agent 2 gets me an audition every 20 days, and agent 3 gets me an audition every other week. As a symphony, I'm constantly in the cycle. However, I'm under no illusion that a lot of people don't like putting loads of agents on there because it confuses cast directors, etc., etc. And a lot of people don't like doing it because they're not allowed to do it via contract. But for me, it just depends. You need to know your worth. Like it depends how you approach the situation in the first place. Anyway, but I think to myself, even though it looks bad, I know it looks bad to have 3 agents on Spotlight. I'll be honest. Because it confuses cast directors for another reason. And I've been in a situation where I've got a job through one agent and they've called the other agent and gave them the job. And then I've had to like divvy between the 2 agents, say, no, you didn't get me that. I need to have as much potential possibilities to do that as possible. So if the problem is, what if you get submitted twice? Well, I get submitted twice. It is what it is. And this is the attitude I take towards audition rooms. They want to see me. Like, and I think that I don't want to focus on certain things. Like, oh, but what if you get well? Like, I literally had an audition I did for the ITV thing, and I hated the tape, and I messaged my LA manager, and I was like, I hate this. Send it over. I want to send it over, but my agent said no. And he's like, why? I was like, he just said that it's not professional. He's like, I don't care. Send me the tape. I'll send it. And it's that kind of conviction and that kind of tenacity. Like, ultimately, we're in these roles because they need us. Like, which is why when I'm on certain sets, the notion of pricing yourself out doesn't mean anything to me. If you want me on a commercial and I want travel paid for, and I want extra, and I want this, I want that, and I want that, some people see it as diva. Some people see it as knowing their worth. And the best way to describe this situation is there was a story of a band, I don't know what, maybe Oasis or one of those big bands, and they asked for M&Ms, but they asked for them to take out all the brown M&Ms. And when the story came out, everyone was like, oh, you're so arrogant. Why would you do that? Who even cares? But the thought behind that ask was, if they don't have the due diligence to take out the brown M&Ms, what's to say that they're going to make sure that the string on the guitar is done properly, or that the lighting's going to be done, or the sound's going to be done? So for me, the benefit is the fact that I've got a continual onslaught of jobs, effectively. But I'm more than happy to have one agent. The goal for me is to, I mean, I've hit up Curtis Brand, I've hit up Independent, I've been in talks with, like, I'm there. Because on the same notion, you've got the other end. Would you rather be a big fish in a small pond, or a small pond in a small fish in a big pond? And a lot of people are like, I'd rather be in a big fish. And no, like that, like you can't, like you have to just shoot hard. Like, and I think that we don't want to upset people. Like, we just want to do our job, and we want to go there and tell a story. Hold that thought for 1 second. Like, hold that. That's normal life, people. Crazy. Yeah. So I definitely think that the benefit of that is to have multiple jobs, but it is annoying because you just want to have one agent. But like I said, if an agent gets me jobs regularly, and I'll do whatever you say. Like, it's not that I'm having an agent because I don't believe. Like, if you want me to dye my hair pink, I'm going to trust you. You want me to jump out of a plane? I'm going to trust you. You want half my hair shaved? I'll trust you. Like, we try to know everything. Like, we go to an audition, we try to find out, we try to think, what is that casting director want to see from us? What is this? What is that? Like, my whole mantra is, I'm just me. If I go to an audition and I put it all on the table and I don't get it, what else I can't, there's nothing else I can do. Like, there is not, like, you just have to have this level of blind faith that people will see it as the willingness to want to do what you're doing, not as encroaching. I'm never needy. I'm not like, I want to have 100 agents so I can get every job in the world. No, I just want my fair shot. Like, but like I said, I know some people's agents won't let them have.
Well, some agents, have you, when talking to any of those agents, were any of them like, hey, I don't want to represent you because you have another agent? Because I know some are like that. They're like, I have to be your only agent. And it's like,
of course,
piss off.
Of course. I've had that multiple times.
Yeah.
But because they crosshatch, there's many ways to get around many things. But because they're like, actors, listen, there's many ways to get around many things. Yeah, do what you did, you know you need to do in your heart. But on the political side, and I'm morally correct, I split anyway. Like, so I've got modern agents, I've got acting agents, I've got a manager in LA. So there's only 2 of 2. Mm-hmm. For instance, when I hit up one of the top 3, they were like that. But that makes sense. If it makes sense, of course, if I apply to one of an independent or a troika, I'm gonna just say no to everybody else. I'm gonna let you be my only agent. But I'm no longer taking the risk, especially on my way up. We're all on our way up. Especially, no one should take this on the way up to put our career in someone's hands. The reason I've got so much credit, I did this maths the other day, which scared me. I get most of my jobs myself. I've got over 170 credits here. I don't say that to boast. I say that because my agents collectively got me, 6? So if I had relied on my agents, I would have had 6 credits over 2.5 years. That's actual insanity. Like, that is, if that is not testament to get your own work, that even my agents get me work, but I get myself work. What my agents do is they get me work that is equal to the amount of work I get. So if I get 10 jobs that maxes out to 10K, they get me one job that gets me 10K. So we still meet in the middle, which is why I can go to certain places and be like, do you know what? I want to work together, yes or no? Because if you say no, okay, like, I want to work with you, but like, I didn't train. I haven't gone to a single class. I haven't even in this industry. I started up as an extra. So with that, I do certain things that other people won't do, because I'm like, what? Hold on. You want 10% of my earning, even though you didn't get me the job. But hold on, but you weren't there when I brought this my ring light. You weren't there when I was crying because I couldn't run the lines. You didn't put no money in my pocket. So how can you ask me to give you 10%? That doesn't make any sense. And to other people that are trained, they're like, oh, you can't say that. I'm like, yes, I can, because I'm self-made. So it's just interesting. It's just interesting. But yeah, people do say it all the time, but it falls down to know your worth. Like, there's malleability. If they want you, they'll pay. I know people who did auditions for big BBC dramas. They didn't pay for their travel down there, but they paid to my travel down there because they saw something that they liked. If you ask and you don't get it, at least you asked it. I'm not one of those actors who will be on set and be cold and be like, oh, I'm cold, but I don't want to ask for a blanket because I don't want to be rude. Like, you're crazy. I asked for 2 blankets. Yeah, one in case I lose the first one. Like,
have you ever had any like audition horror stories or anything like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. Let me tell you. So you go to an audition to audition. Picture this: going to an audition and trying to hide. I went to a dance audition ages ago for a kids presenting YouTube channel, and I just couldn't get the choreography. It just wouldn't click. So there was multiple intakes. They split us into groups of like 7, and we all danced. And then they're like, "Is everyone gone?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like, knowing that I'd come there for that dance audition, tried to hide. They were like, "Okay, you guys went there, because we were all in a room, did the thing." I was the last one in there because everybody else did it, and then walked off, and I just couldn't get the steps, and I failed. And after all of that, I still stood at the end and smiled and was disappointed that I didn't get the role. Like, that's how insane like I am. Like, I didn't even get the routine, and I was like, I'm gonna get this role. I've had many, but I've had rude people, but not on high level, like on a student level, yada yada. But yeah, I've had many people. Like I said, especially with commercials, man, you get some situations where it's just like you genuinely are confused as to whether they like you or not. Like, it's a genuine like, what have I done to offend you? Like, there's no, they just do not care about you. Like, and that's not the case. They genuinely do care about you, but we're forgetting that they've seen 20 of us. Like, so it's like you're just another person. Like, and they want you to do well, but if you've seen 20 renditions of the same thing, it's like, after a while, I can understand why people would be a lack of
enthusiasm. Like, just like, next one. It makes sense. Have you ever said no to a part? Like, have you ever actually gotten something, and then once you learn more about it, you're like, you know what? Wait a minute, this isn't going to work for me.
Hell yeah! Like, I am a believer of everything happens for a reason, and also, just basically acting in a way that is consistent with my future self. So I know now, doing certain things, i.e. I got a spot on BT for 400, said yes. Knowing that it was undervalued, then got the 3K thing, and then burnt myself. Because and these are lessons, guys, that you won't learn until you get burnt. Everyone's going to get burnt. That's just the like, stock photography. The only thing, forget everything I've just said. Don't do stock photography. If you do it, you're going to get burnt.
Because you don't know where that's going to end up. And totally agree with that one.
But it's all fun games, Milo, when they say, do you want £100 in the hand right there, and you haven't had a job in a while, yeah? Mm-hmm. But then when you're getting a call from your brethren, me, I'm the key story, I'm the character story, I'm the protagonist. Okay, we're in a commercial. Who's in a commercial? Me and you. Who's you? Me and you, or you and you? Yeah, me and you. Go on Google, go on Instagram, and see yourself in a Canadian commercial, yeah? Because you did stock photography, yeah? It's not worth it. You need to know, you need to think like that. Like, you need to think, if I take this down the line, is this going to affect me? The way you do that is you do one of two things. You either say no to parts, or you make sure that part is paid so well that it can cover something in your life. For instance, there's many jobs I've said no to that I should have said that I'm happy with. There's many jobs I've said no to that I shouldn't have said no to, because I was just like, I priced myself out because I was like, no, I want more money, not realizing that I wasn't that important in the grand scale of things. But there's also jobs that I've said yes to that I'm not passionate about because it does things for me. So for instance, audio description. Kahmal looks behind him because he's about to sell a secret that his nan can't hear. My nan wants to sell and it's like £300. So I am going to take a project that I don't care about just so I can get £300 because I know that that money directly goes into some in my pocket in another way. Yeah. Not to mean I sell myself out, but I will do certain things that, you know what, just a quick cash grab. Like, but I think it's very important to recognize what we're doing and know that when we put our stamp on it, we're not actors in a film. We're the co-signers of this. If you're in a film, you agree with the message that's being told. So whenever this movie goes out and wherever this movie goes out, you're the face of the movie. So it's your movie. This is why when movies flop, the actors get the brunt of it. The studios don't, because the actors was in the movie. They are the ones that get the backlash. So I say no to things all the time. Lol, I'm acting like I've got scripts on my desk. Like I say no to things all the time. I regularly ask on certain levels of things to see the whole script. If they ask me if they send an audition extract, I ask to see the script predominantly because I want to see my character arc to make an informed decision. I don't want to just give a one-sided, one-dimensional rendition, because if I'm angry in the scene at a woman because I'm angry, that's amazing. But if you've cheated on me with my brother and that's the reason I'm angry, that's going to be a complete different anger. That's anger, sadness. That's anger, pain. Yeah. And I do that for that, or I do it because you're auditioning me to see if I'm right for the part. How about I read the script to see if the script's right for me? Like, it has to go both ways, right? Like, but again, some people are like, no, it's not about being ungrateful or whatever. Like, we are actors. And the sooner we get that into our head, that we have power, and that, not in the grand scale of things, like we're still actors and the producers and whatever, they don't care. Yeah, but like, you are in control of what you say yes to. And I'm not going to say yes to something whereby it's going to jeopardize me in the future. Or as I said, I'm going to say yes to a little job and it's going to bite me in the ass. Like literally I had jobs lined up for ITV, before ITV, and I had to put all of it on pause. I said, I can't do this right now, because if I get this, it's going to bite me in the ass. Because people not like understand this, y'all. When you blow up, not if, when, speaking to existence, power of words, there is nothing to stop everything. Okay, picture this. You blow up, you're on Netflix now, yeah? If you've done 100 projects, there will be definite 10% of those projects, yeah, who will turn around and be like, Netflix star endorses my app. Netflix star endorses, and you can't control that because you signed your life away. Like, if you don't read contracts, I was about to say I'll slap you, but no violence. Yeah? If you don't read contracts, you're a clown. Like, contracts are there to be read. They're not pieces of paper to just sign. Like, if you read what's in these contracts, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. Like, I can promise you, if you ever see me on a set, me and you have different contracts. Like, because
and the thing is, they'll ask for like everything. You know, like, we maintain the right to use this for basically whatever the fuck we want. And you know, you gotta.
I'm president. You can't do nothing. So you need to know what you're signing. You need to know, because they take your privilege, they take your rights. I've read contracts. They're like, in the case of death, we will not. What are you? You better take that clause out. Like, you're telling me nowadays, if I die, you ain't got liability. Nah. Because, and I said that to someone before, because you've put that in there, I want £1 million liability. Because you put it in there, that's a problem. If you didn't, I wasn't thinking about death. You're thinking about death. Put the money down. Like, I want £1 million. Like, you're crazy. Like, I don't do stuff like that. But never approach getting money or earn money or any experience or opportunity from a place of lack financially. Because when you approach an opportunity from lack financially, you sell yourself out. And you take opportunities you wouldn't usually take that can jeopardize you because you need quick change. Which is why I advocate having a secondary stream of income, not as a plan B, because I believe plan B is a window into failure, but in order to diversify your attention. When you focus so much on something to make you money, you lose the love of it. And you no longer see it as art, you see it as a lifeline. And most importantly, you start to become infatuated with the notion of numbers. And you stop seeing this job as an opportunity for me to better myself and to grow my craft, and start seeing it as an opportunity to change my life or to buy a house or to buy a Lamborghini. We should only ever see roles as an ability to change our own ability as actors to explore our own levels of psyche and the different emotions available to us as humans that we don't necessarily allow ourselves in natural life to explore, or just something we're passionate about. If you start to see jobs as a money amount, even in the minutia, even as a fraction, you think, damn, that's a lot of money. Like with this ITV, I didn't even ask the fee. I don't want to know. I don't care. That's not my interest. Like, I want to do the best job I can. When I do the best job I can, then pay me my money. Up until that point, I don't want money because I know how I am. I know that if I'm careful, I'm going to start to see this money as me being rich, as opposed to me seeing it's because I'm an actor. And when I start to go to Moncler and Gucci and start buying things like I'm rich, and the Instagram thinks I'm rich, then I'll be like Mariah Carey when I'm on stage and I can't sing no more because I thought my money came from me being rich, not forgetting the fact that I have to work hard, I have to bust my ass for this. That's my mantra. Bust your ass. Bust your ass, work harder than everybody, and know what you're doing and for what. Like, I know my destiny's written in the stars. So therefore I could never do porn. I could never do an anti-Semitic message.
Yeah. I mean, like, commercial work sometimes. Maybe you're promoting a product that you don't like, or you mentioned porn, like nude scenes, sex scenes and that kind of stuff. Maybe,
like,
yeah.
My agent called me. This is a beautiful example. My agent calls me for a commercial for internet safety. Calls me and basically warns me. The director warned him to warn me that the role is a sexual predator, and that I'll potentially be in that position where I'll be looking at inappropriate images. Am I comfortable with that? And instantaneously, I was like, nah, you're crazy. Like, that, there's a few things I won't do. But I mean, there's dream roles, but I wouldn't do anything that explicitly shows me raping a child or has a alluding to that, because it's crazy in my head. And rape scenes and stuff like that, like, it's just like whatever. But it's just whatever. And to throw that up, it's just like, that's just crazy. Like, I don't find enjoyment in that, and I also think there's other ways to tell that story. But I said no. But then I sat down and thought about it, and I called my agent and I said, yeah, I'll do it. I didn't get the role, but I said I'll do it because I've got a sister who's 4, and if that story isn't told, it's not told. It needs to be told. So I'll tell stories if they need to be told. Bring it back to if you say no to things. I will say yes to a story if it means something to me or the story needs to be told. That's what I do as a storyteller. Or they're paying me a stupid lot of money, like £20,000. Give me that money. Like, are you crazy? I don't need to. You what? Alien on the ship with CGI? Yes, I'll be the best damn alien in the whole damn world. Yeah,
exactly. Let's be honest. A certain amount of money offered.
Come on, like, I'm not silly. Like people ask me all the time, Kay. Like, if someone offered you like £100 million to love, I'd be yes.
Exactly. Like, hey, you just want to. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it because I love acting.
Nope. Yeah.
I love, bro. Yes, because I love acting. It's the only thing I can do. So many people say, if you could do anything else, do anything else. Yeah, I'm with it. I hear it. Mm-hmm. I love acting. I love exploring different parts of myself. I love the best thing I love about acting is not only the opportunity to have new experiences and to see new things, but also to bond spiritually. It's beyond emotions, spiritually, with my cast members. Like, it's a beautiful, it's a journey, it's a transient journey. But I also want to buy my mum a house on the hill in Hollywood. And I also want a private jet where I go on and he says, yes, Kahmal, the caviar is there just how you like it. Or I go to a hotel room and I have to remodel it because then I'm a regular customer and they've got my customer profile, okay? This game is a game, okay? And I'm trying to win the game. Yeah. If I win lottery and I get £100 million, you ain't going to see me for a while. Like, I'm going to be spending that money, okay? I'm going to come back. But this is one life. And I don't think that I'm very much about all in, eggs in one basket. I don't have hobbies. My life is this. Like, I bust my ass. Like, this is all I think about. I live and breathe that stuff. But at the same time, we need to have that level of, we're still people. I always say it on set. I'm not an actor first and a person second. I'm a person first, second, and third. And then I'm hilarious. And then I'm charismatic. And then I'm an actor. Yeah. Because I am. That's what makes me me. And if you put yourself as an actor first, you start to base yourself on accolades. And that's just crazy to me. Like, I'm a person. And when you're on set, if you think about what I said, yeah, next time you go to set, you lot, think around and see who's a person and then an actor and then a person. And I'm in this industry because I love what I do. And it's because I love what I do, I want to have fun. I will always have an opportunity to be. So that's why when you see me on set and we in a commercial abroad, and at 8 o'clock, you see me sneak out the hotel room and go to the bar, mind your damn business, yeah? Because I'm on holiday. Yeah. I will be there at 8 o'clock.
Exactly.
I will be there at 8 o'clock, yeah? But I'm going to enjoy myself, which is why you saw me in the club when I was in Poland, because I was having fun, okay? No one can't tell me nothing. You paid me £100 a day. That money's got to get spent on something, okay? That was alcohol. Anyway,
might as well be a drink.
There you go.
Well, Kahmal, I think that's pretty much it. It's been great chatting with you. Best of success to you.
See each other on set, bro, in Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely.